people are worried about what we do with meds, it's pretty strict.
No,
Either
I'm
have,
sorry. Let me define myself. My terminology does not mean waste pharmaceuticals. I understand how that works.
not
We're not talking about the way the pharmaceuticals, or we're not talking about stuff that has passed through somebody's body. There is the issue on our part is just with the uh, the population that we're talking about. It's foreseeable that there are going to be bandages and other kinds of materials that carry blood and other bodily fluids on them.
Well, David, with all due respect, there are 4 or 5, just because we know the companies, there are 4 or 5 people now currently on the islands. We, again, know who's caring for them, that have bandages and what you're describing as medical waste. We all do if we cut our fingers, and we dispose of them in our trash cans, and they go into the dumpster. So I don't see how it's any different. There is no separate permit. We're not a laboratory. We're not a nursing home. We're not a hospital.
Well, I'm not taking a view about what permit requirements apply to a business that's on the island versus a personal home. I'm just trying to understand what it is you have in mind, so that I can report back to this board. The fact that an individual who owns a piece of property has certain or doesn't have certain restrictions is not necessarily the same as what's applicable to a business, which is what we're talking about here.
Being videoed.
Yes.
So as long as we're here, the septic system is right out here. The septic system is a 1,500 gallon tank. So the comment that was made to Jeanette, Hunter, and I was that because it's a business, somehow, happens to be a business for the disabled, somehow the blood and feces was different or somehow more toxic. And so a medical opinion, since they have no opinion, is the blood and feces, first of all, blood from what?
You know, I've taken care of people who are dying on the island. They're receiving care from nurses, you know, blood draws, medication, the whole works. So if this is that, then you would have to restrict anyone who wants to die at home on this island.
But they're saying, no, it's different because this is a business and we're somehow responsible. And I'm like, I don't know how you all are responsible. For 29 years, you haven't even adhered to the ADA regulations. How are you responsible for this? And I said, I'll name you as an additional insured.
Then the club, you know, with its, whatever, 800 members, not all of them who come there and use the bathroom at the same time or stay in the hotel, and maybe they're sick, you know, some of them are sick. They come here sick.
They're all on medication.
They're all on medication, and you've got this limited septic system on top of whatever that hole is on the golf course, or right over here.
Ninth hole.
That fails, well, in my lifetime, has always failed routinely. I don't know how you can argue that 800 people as a business, you know, can use that.
The church is a business. The church has an ADA accessible restroom that's not accessible because of the ramp, not accessible because of the parking, but still,
Okay.
there's no difference.
So the yacht squadron, you know, they're clearly on the water. Their septic issues have never been comfortable with anyone. They don't work. I mean, it's all leaching into the water. I would say probably the boatyard too. You know, I don't know how many employees they have, but you know, they're on the water, that's.
And even their restroom, there's not a restroom on the island that complies, that has a path. Yeah, because Fred Schilling does ours, and he said, he's worked on theirs, it's failed.